Hello everybody, welcome back to Homestuck. Doing a bit of an impromptu video reaction tonight. I don't have time to do a full blogging session tonight because I am going off to game with some friends later, right after this. But in the meantime, I still have time to record this little video reaction, so I figured I might as well do it since we're right here. And so yeah, it's time for Jane to enter the session. This should be interesting. Predictions beyond Jane entering. I'm already on the record as saying that I don't think she's going to prototype her sprite before she enters. Just because, like, there have been some hints that that won't happen, although I can't remember what the evidence for that is off the top of my head right now. So yeah, we'll see what happens to her kernel sprite before she gets in there. Also, prediction that we will see the 1 minute 11 seconds on the countdown timer. So let's see what we get. Go ahead, Jane. Loading. Lovely fall weather. Pop up. Yep, called it! 1 minute, 11 seconds to go. Wait, is Dad gonna get prototyped? That'd be a little weird if Dad was the one who got prototyped. I mean, not like it's as weird as anything else in this comic, I suppose. A callback to Seer Ascend. Dirk, got that? Nope, no prototype for you. That's a tree, just like John. Jane has no idea what to do. Oh. Yeah. Well, she made it in. Years in the future. But not many. I assume that says "but not many" is the right number of letters for it. And what? But so, wait, this makes sense, actually. Okay, so let's replay that, because I think I see what's happening. Okay. So first of all, in this part here, sure enough, nothing got prototyped before they entered. Dirk tried, or I suppose AR, technically, is the one in charge of this at the moment. So nothing got prototyped. Which has a whole range of implications for how this game is going to go. I'm going to turn the volume down on the flash just a tad. And Jake is still off on his adventure. Dirk is ascending. Roxy's ascending. AR tries to prototype pop up, and GCat says no. Because as per usual, GCat is just making things happen because they need to happen for some reason. As part of some ineffable plan. So that's not actually a meteor, that's just the Condense's ship. Or maybe her ship was the meteor, like her ship was in, you know, paradox space and it entered the real world through there. Okay, it still says years in the future, but not many. So Dirk and Roxy are in the future, and that makes sense because it's like, I'll like go back to the page as soon as we're done with the flash. But like they hinted at that, and I missed it. I'm realizing now that I missed it. So in fact, they dropped a couple hints now that I think about it. And of course, being the sea witch that she is, the Condense has flooded the land. Austin is underwater. Northern... The northeast is also flooded. And the Condense rules overall. So hang on, let's back it up. Alright, where were we? We're actually... Words from Fuck Deep and Meow Cats. Flanking. No. Okay, this was the page. Okay. Was this the page I mentioned? Okay, yeah, here it is. So yeah, it's like I thought this was weird when I read it, but I didn't know what to think of it. It's like so what does it say? Most of the time the screen is blacked out, so you haven't been able to wait. Here's the lab's funky purifier, which you use to clone all these cats. You use your other purifier to make paradox slime from cats, gather and mix the slime on the machine, and crank out the mutant kitties. Can't use the device's native purifier because the target is locked onto your mom. Most of the time the screen is blanked out, so you haven't been able to investigate her past carefully, much to your regret, or her tragic death for that matter. Right now the target is locked onto a time from her childhood, but we know already that it's actually locked onto Rose, like from Universe B1, the Rose that like we've been following since the beginning of the story. Which means that if it's following Rose, then it should be, like, within a couple of years of her, which, like Roxy should have noticed that she and her mom are the same age, because it's following Rose's childhood, which means, like, late to mid-aughts. But that's how old Roxy is, isn't it? No, because she's actually in the future. And that's also probably why she hasn't been able to convince Jane that her mom is dead, because in Jane's time period, because Jane is actually in 2011, that was firmly established with Jane, but not any of the other kids. At Jane's point of reference, her, mom Rose mom, is probably still alive and well, and writing books and all that stuff. Probably same for bro Dave, I would imagine. So yeah, Roxy, so yeah, all of a sudden everything makes sense because of time travel. How often is that a sentence you get to hear, right? It's like, time travel, now everything makes sense. So yeah, Roxy and Dirk are just in the future. They are in the post-apocalypse, which is also why all these exiles are around here, because this is the post-apocalypse setting that Roxy and Dirk are living through. So yeah, that was more so that was more of a revelation than I was expecting. So yeah, Dirk and Roxy do not live in 2011. They live in, who knows? They're probably 111 years in the future, because in keeping with the new arc number. That would be my guess, which would put them at the year 2112, I suppose. That's the year of Roxy and Dirk, I theorize. But anyway, yeah, that was it. We had an interesting revelation about two of our kids, and Jane entered the game without prototyping her sprite, which is bound to have some interesting consequences down the line. I'm going to upload this video, and I'll see you tomorrow for an actual live blog. Bye-bye, everybody.